And so speaking of that, because I mean, I'm 56 years old and I feel like I'm finally emotionally growing up. I don't know how to explain it, but do you feel that trauma when you're younger, you know, affects us in our emotional growth? I mean, can you talk about a little bit more about that?
Of course. Every experience you ever have is an emotional training or a life training. So, you know, we take these little kids, you know, and of course, if you really look at it logically, your parents had problems. You know why they had problems? Because they had experiences that support their problem. You have problems. All you have to do is go back and look at your history. These experiences, big experiences, bad experiences, good experiences, have an impact. So if you've had some really big, bad experiences, traumatic experiences, and sometimes the weird thing is it could be to a child, it's big. To an adult, it isn't. How many times I work with an adult, like this young woman who didn't like herself. She felt like no one loved her. She felt all alone. And you know where it all started? It started that they moved from her school, one home, into a bigger and better home, but she lost all her friends. She lost her best friend. She lost her grandma. Grandma lived over in that neighborhood. Now she doesn't. So from this one childhood experience, an emotional trauma to a child is big. But to an adult, you know, so what? But even adults, I even work with adults that moved from New York to California. And the move to California was because of her job. But when she got there, she hated California. She hated the environment. She hated being away from her family. And guess what? That move impacted her health, her relationship. She's staying at home being depressed. It's a move. By the way, it's all in how we internalize. So when we talk about traumas, you know, of course, there's some good people out there who took, you know, university trainings and, you know, 10, 11 years of going to universities, and they get a PhD on the wall, and these are good people. But when they graduate from the university with a PhD on the wall, they have no skills of changing memory. So therefore, you got a disorder. You got bipolar disorder. By the way, the earth is bipolar. Everyone's bipolar. We all move in and out of emotions that fast. Those who are quote unquote diagnosed bipolar are the ones who've had a lot of trauma, and they easily flip in and out of emotional upsetness because of their programming. You know, you take somebody who's sitting at the gas station pumping gas, and they watch somebody get killed in front of them or some accident. All of a sudden their brain quits working. Now they got a broken brain. They got a disorder. No, this is the unconscious limbic system trying to keep them safe. Keep them in the loop of the memories and trying to keep them safe, but it ends up tormenting them. But knowing how to flatten the memories and update the memories where they're not bothersome. I mean, when I work with somebody, you've seen the video where I worked with a woman and I used a phone app and collapsed a major rape memory in 12 minutes. And 2 weeks later, she comes back, she says, it doesn't bother me. I laugh about it. There's no pain there. It means nothing. This is the power of the limbic system. Why is it you can have a bad experience and from that point you have a disorder? Why can't you have a good experience from that point there? Your life is better. It works both ways. But knowing how to change the pain and how the memory is held will set you free. And of course, spending money on vacation is a great thing. But the problem is when you come back home, your programming and your traumas and your stressors are still there. The best money you'll ever spend is learning how to change yourself, change the memories. And I mean, there's a lot of people, yourself included, you spent years and years and all kinds of stuff, tried everything, you name it, they tried it. I talked to this one woman went to have ayahuasca 12 times. She still got the same problem. I said, what is it you're working on? It took me 10 minutes to change the memory. And she said, ayahuasca was a great experience, except I felt like crap for weeks afterwards. But the reason why she went was because of these memories that happened to her as a child. I said, let's go change it right now. Change it. They don't have to waste money going to ayahuasca. And there's a lot of people been traumatized by doing that as well. They even got worse because, again, their limbic system is trying to keep them safe. So again, the reason why they come is it makes sense, it's logical, it's practical, and you can replicate the results in yourself and other people when you understand the ground rules of the mind. And that's what I teach. And that's why people come.
Yeah. And that's